What do you do if the result you promise in your course or coaching program doesn't produce a financial result? How can you justify something high priced that people can't quantify in terms of ROI? Things like confidence or general well-being or clarity. These are all super valuable things. So how do you get clients to see the real direct value of this in their lives? That way you have a much easier time selling them into your programs. All that is going to be covered in today's video. G'day, how's it going? My name is Jules Dan. I'm a freelance copywriter with over $10 million in client results. And on this channel, we talk about how to get more customers, how to make more per customer, how to keep them coming back with the power of the pen. Basically, I show you how to make it rain. And this video especially is if you sell intangible results. So we're going to be covering something today that I've called the Rainmaker positioning strategy. Now here's why I've called it that. So we all know that selling money at a discount is an extremely sexy offer. Like, who wouldn't want to pay $5,000 to get $30,000? You would be an idiot to say no to that. And that's why people like me, who directly work with financial results as the ROI, it makes selling stuff a whole lot easier. But what if that's not the case for you? What if you sell something like general well-being or confidence or clarity? Like, these are really important things, but how do you demonstrate that ROI so people want to pay high price for it? I'm going to show you how. So this is a bit of a brainstorming exercise. Get a piece of paper out. Ideally, you want to pause, write stuff down, play. But I know how this works on YouTube. You know, you're just on your phone and you're in your bed watching and it's all nice and warm. I get it. But you're going to get a lot more value if you just do what I said at the start. But who am I to tell you what to do, right? I'm just some guy on YouTube you're watching. But if you came here to solve that problem, here's what I'd do. So the first strategy is finding hidden benefits in the result you promise for your clients. And this is something that I've done with clients who do not sell financial results as an end thing. So how can you find a hidden benefit that indirectly helps people produce a financial result as a result of what you do? Let's use a confidence coach as an example, because this is something hard to grasp. Like, how do I know that confidence is going to really help my life? So in the context of a confidence coach, this could really help with, say, conviction. And conviction is super powerful when it comes to selling and sales calls. So if you're able to tie it to how some of your clients went from 20% to 30%, and that jump by 10% alone has brought in X amount of dollars, that's how you can tie in a financial equation into an intangible result. Now, this is where you can get really creative, because so many little things can affect someone's performance. And that could be mental performance, performance at work, closing deals. As long as you try and think of ways you can tie it back to that financial results, and that's why I say you get a pen and paper, you're golden. And a good copywriting thing that I always think about is what's in it for them, and then this means that you can do this. Another really good angle that you can go with, especially if you sell intangible results, is how much time they'll save, and then quantify it. Because time is this one thing that people can't get back, and do not underestimate how much people will pay just to save a few hours in their week. Especially when you're speaking to business owners who are ruthlessly trying to go after efficiency in their schedule, saving them hours with an intangible result is going to be really helpful for you. So let's use an example of someone who's improving general well-being or mental well-being. How would you do this? How would you help them save time? Well, instead of waking up all groggy and unmotivated and not wanting to get started, you're waking up refreshed, you're waking up ready to go, wanting to start on your project. So what normally took you, say, 6 hours to complete, over time, over a couple of weeks, over 30 days, you're now able to complete that 6-hour task in 3.5 hours. So over a whole week, that's 12.5 hours you're saving. Imagine what you could do with those 12.5 extra hours in your week. And then if you want to get really spicy, you could then talk about all the money producing activities they could do with those 12.5 hours. Things like outbound sales, things like getting on sales calls, things like writing sales emails or writing ad copy or stuff like that. But if you can show them the time that they would save and then what they would do with that time to make more money, that's pretty damn powerful. So something to think about if you sell something like weight loss, especially to business owners and entrepreneurs. They're not looking to lose weight. They want to do something special with that. So this is step 2 of my Rainmaker positioning strategy. You need to have strategic proof. So we've written this down, we've brainstormed all this really good stuff. Now we actually need to prove that is true. This is a little Julesism for you. Julesism. And it's this: never make your claim as big as your proof, which means don't make a claim and then not be able to back it up in your copy or in your ads or whatever. So this is where you need to get super strategic and thinking ahead. All right, so where's where's my result going to steer this person towards? Are they going to be saving money? Are they going to be saving time as a direct result or an indirect result of me working with them? Now, this might not be straightforward to begin with because you probably didn't plan this, but that doesn't mean we can't suck out strategic stories from your customers. And in those stories, we can see those results as a result of working with you. And so this is what I did with one of my clients, Rebecca Davison. And we doubled her past launch from 70K to 150K. And one of those tools that we used was this, strategic proof. So Rebecca is an energy healing coach, and she had so many different testimonials where people said, I feel amazing. I feel like a cloud's lifted from my head. All these relationships are appearing in my life. I've manifested money. All this good stuff. So for this one particular email, we had to find the one story, the one testimonial that speaks directly to the business owner. So something along the lines of, after working with Rebecca, I felt like I had so much more clarity and confidence. I was showing up to sales calls, I was knocking off my to-do list, and things were just getting done. And because of that, I had my best month of business. I made X amount. So what's a big takeaway here? Now this is going to sound a little scary, but if you haven't already done so, go ring up some of your customers you haven't spoken to for a while and don't ask for a testimonial. Now the reason why I'm saying don't ask for a testimonial is because they'll be put on the spot and they'll just want to impress you with flattery and praise. And we don't want that. We want to get to the real sort of core of what's happened. Just a normal catch up, just seeing how it's going and seeing how it leads out organically. Then when they start talking about all the good things that have changed in their life, just be curious, dive deeper into that topic, follow up with, oh, so how's it all going and stuff? So this means because of that? You see what I'm saying? And then you're going to pull out this nugget that wasn't already there. The idea is that you want to help your client feel like they discovered that because working with you helped produce this result instead of prying it out of them with a crowbar. All right, so now that we've worked out the hidden benefits and we've got the strategic proof, what's the trifecta to make it super sexy? There's something called future pacing, and this can take a little bit of practice to get used to doing. Especially if this is your first time doing it, it's super easy to overdo future pacing and just put people off. So what is future pacing? Well, all it is that you're painting a pleasant future scenario your customers could imagine themselves in. It's their happy place that they all want to get to in their lives. And the cool thing is, it doesn't always have to be material things in their life as well. Like sure, the extra money, the better job, the better car, the house, those are nice. But here's this one thing I love to dive really deep into. I really like to touch on what is their future lifestyle going to be like. So what are some things they don't like doing day to day? And what are some things that would be really exciting and fun in their lives during the day? So I wanted to read out some future pacing copy so you can get a bit of an idea for yourself. And I'm gonna be reading off my phone, so I won't be able to look off into the camera. So this is how I always like to start it out. And just imagine how invigorating it would feel to wake up and be pumped for the week. Because you're aligned with the truth and everything is light, free, and easy. It feels like a heavy weight has been lifted from your chest. And now your friends are in disbelief with your latest manifestation. Every moment is filled with joy and peace. You're no longer easily triggered by others and don't feel responsible for other people's feelings. People close to you ask what's changed, and you smile back and say you're living in your full potential every day. That's how all my past intuitive mastery students feel today. Isn't it time you step into your deeper purpose? The choice is up to you. And then there's the link. Now looking back at this, I kind of smile and I think I could have done a way better job, but it did the job. It doubled her past previous launch results. And the reason why I love doing this towards the end is because it's one of those things that when you open, that's the first thing people remember. When you close, that's what people remember. So I love painting this pleasant scenario towards the end of the sales conversation, especially if you're selling intangible result. It just makes things like they feel good that this is what I want to do. Okay, disclaimer alert. Obviously, this isn't a universal law. You should probably test some other things that go on the end of a sales message, but this is just, in my opinion, what's worked well for me. Now, if this all sounds great, but whenever you sit down to write and it always ends up like this, make sure you check out my video here where I show you the best way to work with a copywriter. That way you hire right the first time, they know your voice, and you make a bunch of sales.